This is Real News Media TV, coverage you can trust. Please like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Select all for daily news updates. Good afternoon, my Real News Media TV family. Welcome back to the channel for another news update for February 2, 2023. And in the news this afternoon, suspect in rape and the murder of 10-year-old Hanover girl known to family, says police. Assistant Commissioner of Police in charge of Area 1, Clifford Chambers, has revealed that the suspect held in relation to the rape and the murder of 10-year-old Nikita Noel in Hanover is known to the family. There are signs that there might have been some domestic-related issues, which are also being looked at as the investigation unfolds, ACP Chambers told the news. He added that there is a possibility that the suspect is related to Noel. The mother had a relationship with a male, and that relationship went sour. Not that it is clearly directed to this as yet, but there is a strong probability that the two are related, he added. It is reported that Noel, who was a student of Esher Primary, did not return home from school on Wednesday afternoon. Her body was later found meters away from her home. Noel is believed to have been raped and strangled to death. Ticketed cabbies rule luck on first day of new traffic era. Maxfield to downtown Kingston taxi operator John Hanson cursed his luck as he received his first traffic ticket of the year on Wednesday, the dawn of tougher penalties as the new Road Traffic Act came into effect. Hanson may have to pay $10,000 for failing to stop or observe provisions of a pedestrian crossing on Hagley Park Road in St. Andrew. Unlike many of his transport industry colleagues who bombarded the traffic courts in a bid to settle outstanding tickets by January 31, Hanson said he had always ensured that he paid his penalty notices on time and in full. But feeling targeted because of his profession, Hanson vowed to contest the ticket in court, arguing that he was forced to come to a halt at that point because the police had stopped another motorist ahead of him. Another transport operator who gave his name only as Andrew acknowledged that he was correctly admonished for an infraction. Andrew said that he was stopped by cops in Halfway Tree Wednesday for obstructing traffic while trying to pick up a passenger. He received a $5,000 ticket. That's one more grain of sand to add to the mountain of 100+ outstanding tickets. Andrew is currently awaiting a court date to settle before a judge. The taxi operator who operates on the Crossroads to downtown Kingston route, however, does not believe that the higher fines under the new law will deter him from breaking the law. He said that the amassing of tickets is an occupational hazard of public transport. If we follow the rules and where them set, we're not gonna make no money, he told the news. In downtown Kingston, a visibly upset Ricardo Plummer protested a $2,500 ticket he was being issued for making an illegal U-turn on Orange Street. The 38-year-old said he made the turn because there was no signage that prohibited that action. Plummer said he had 40 outstanding tickets and was given a March 3 court date to face the court. Although admitting that he was anxious about the increased fines under the new law, he does not think it will fix what he described as a broken system. The cabbie who transports passengers between downtown Kingston and Windward Road complains that he and his colleagues do not have adequate space to park their vehicles. It really put we in a dilemma. We don't have nowhere for park. Taxi don't have no parking stand. You're there, so you have to a thief a passenger, Plummer said. You get a road license and them give space, say you're supposed to park round there, so. When you go round there, so, it's yellow paint, no parking, he lamented. The government opened a 48-day window last December, amnestying motorists from all tickets prior to February 1, 2018. They were, however, mandated to face the courts to pay fines or challenge the allegations of other outstanding penalty notices. Complaint motorists would also have all demerit points expunged by the January 31, 2023 deadline. The new act may yield positives for two business operators in Halfway Tree who are anticipating an increase in the sales of cell phones, mounts, and Bluetooth devices. Damian Chung, a sales rep at Electroworld in Mall Plaza, said persons have already started inquiring about the devices. I think people are going to be buying some more, he said. Meanwhile, Rochelle Jarrett, manager of Quantum Concepts in Village Plaza, said that she too is looking forward to a bump in sales. We don't only have the Bluetooth headphones, we have the transmitter that you put in your car and to connect it to your phone to answer a call, she said, adding that the prices range from $2,500 to $4,500. FBI intensifying involvement in SSL fraud probe. Finance Minister Dr. Nigel Clark has disclosed that the U.S. Federal Bureau of Investigation is intensifying its involvement in the investigations into the massive fraud at investment firm Stocks and Securities Limited. Dr. Clark has said local investigators were already collaborating with the FBI when he made the announcement last week about seeking international help to probe the fraud. He said several meetings have been taking place involving the FBI, and based on developments, the U.S. investigative body will deepen its involvement in the case. The finance minister added that plans are in place to contract the international forensic experts to supplement the work of local law enforcement agencies. He said the government has already identified a firm and is making funds available to employ their services.
And in the briefing that I have received, based on developments, the FBI is going to be intensifying their involvement even beyond what would have been thought when I first made that statement. This is so important. We are going to allocate the space in our budget to make sure we can procure the best international forensic experts that we can find. And since that time, we have identified a firm. Further updates will be provided.
The Financial Investigations Division, one of the local bodies involved in the fraud probe, has said it is making steady progress in its investigation into the massive fraud at SSL. Selvin Hay, head of the FID, said investigators have been gathering the necessary evidence to bring possible charges in the case. A number of statements have been collected. Mr. Hay added that investigators have been digging for evidence despite the reported confession statement by Jean Ann Panton, the former SSL client relationship manager at the center of the SSL saga. He said FBI agents have been assisting local law enforcement in the probe, and the country will know more about the case in the coming week. Dispute stalls work on Drapers to Boston roadway in Portland. Work has stalled on the Drapers to Boston roadway in Portland due to a dispute between China Harbor Engineering Company and the subcontractors. The National Works Agency says it is aware that there is an issue between the parties. NWA Communication and the Customer Services Manager, Stephen Shaw, says an investigation is to be launched into the cause of the impasse so the worker can resume as soon as possible.
I am aware that there had been some issues between the main contractor, China Harbor, and the subcontractor. I need to ascertain some information as it relates to that particular package between Drapers and Boston. I need to hear from China Harbor what the situation is so I can properly advise the public.
Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Select all for daily news updates.